Lilium is a genus of herbaceous flowering plants growing from bulbs, all with large prominent flowers. Lilies are a group of flowering plants which are important in culture and literature in much of the world. Most species are native to the temperate northern hemisphere, though their range extends into the northern subtropics. Many other plants have lily in their common name but are not related to true lilies. Names: the botanic name Lilium is the Latin form and is a Linnaean name. The Latin name is derived from the Greek iomicron ii to the first I 1/2, Lyrian, generally assumed to refer to true, white lilies as exemplified by the Madonna lily. The word was borrowed from Coptic lyri, from Standard rari, from Demotic hry, from Egyptian hara to the first tea flower. Millet maintains that both the Egyptian and the Greek word are possible loans from an extinct, substratum language of the Eastern Mediterranean. The Greeks also used the word iii 1/2, kranon, albeit for non-white lilies. The term lily has in the past been applied to numerous flowering plants, often with only superficial resemblance to the true lily, including lotus, agapanthus, zontidea, daylily, and others. All English translations of the Bible render the Hebrew shashan, shashana as lily, but the lily among the thorns of Song of Solomon, for instance, may be the honeysuckle. For a list of other species described as lilies, see lily. Description: Lilies are tall perennials ranging in height from 2 to 6 ft. They form naked or tunicless scaly underground bulbs which are their overwintering organs. In some North American species the base of the bulb develops into rhizomes, on which numerous small bulbs are found. Some species develop stolons. Most bulbs are deeply buried, but a few species form bulbs near the soil surface. Many species form stem roots. With these, the bulb grows naturally at some depth in the soil, and each year the new stem puts out adventitious roots above the bulb as it emerges from the soil. These roots are in addition to the basal roots that develop at the base of the bulb. The flowers are large, often fragrant, and come in a range of colors including whites, yellows, oranges, pinks, reds and purples. Markings include spots and brush strokes. The plants are late spring or summer flowering. Flowers are borne in racemes or umbels at the tip of the stem, with 6 tepals spreading or reflexed, to give flowers varying from funnel shape to a Turk's cap. The tepals are free from each other, and bear a nectary at the base of each flower. The ovary is superior, borne above the point of attachment of the anthers. The fruit is a 3-celled capsule. Seeds ripen in late summer. They exhibit varying and sometimes complex germination patterns, many adapted to cool temperate climates. Naturally most cool temperate species are deciduous and dormant in winter in their native environment. But a few species which distribute in hot summer and mild winter area lose leaves and remain relatively short dormant in summer or autumn, sprout from autumn to winter, forming dwarf stem bearing a basal rosette of leaves until except enough chilling requirement, the stem begins to elongate while warming. Taxonomy: taxonomical division in sections follows the classical division of Coma. Species acceptance follows the World Checklist of selected plant families. The taxonomy of section Pseudolirium is from the Flora of North America. The taxonomy of section Liriotopus is given in consideration of Regetnik al. 2007. The taxonomy of Chinese species follows the Flora of China and the taxonomy of section Archilerian follows Nishikawa al as does the taxonomy of section Archilerian. There are 7 sections. Martagon, Pseudolirium, Liriotopus, Archilerian, Cynomatagon, Leucolerian, Dyrolirian. Some species formerly included within this genus have now been placed in other genera. These genera include Cardiocrinum, Nutholirian, Nemocharis and Fritillaria. Section Martagon, section Pseudolirium, section Liriotopus, section Archilerian, section Cynomatagon, section Leucolerian, section Dyrolirian, section not specified. Distribution and habitat: the range of lilies in the Old World extends across much of Europe, across most of Asia to Japan, south to India, and east to Indochina and the Philippines. In the New World they extend from southern Canada through much of the United States. They are commonly adapted to either woodland habitats, often montane, or sometimes to grassland habitats. A few can survive in marshland, and epiphytes are known in tropical Southeast Asia. In general, they prefer moderately acidic or lime-free soils. Ecology: lilies are used as food plants by the larvae of some Lepidoptera species, including the Dunbar. Cultivation: many species are widely grown in the garden in temperate and subtropical regions. They may also be grown as potted plants. Numerous ornamental hybrids have been developed. They can be used in herbaceous borders, woodland and shrub plantings, and as patio plants. Some lilies, especially Lilium lwaniflorum, form important cut flower crops. These may be forced for particular markets. For instance, L. lwaniflorum for the Easter trade, when it may be called the Easter lily. Lilies are usually planted as bulbs in the dormant season. They are best planted in a south-facing, slightly sloping aspect, in sunday or part shade, at a depth 2 or 1/2 times the height of the bulb. Most prefer a porous, loamy soil, and good drainage is essential. Most species bloom in July or August. The flowering periods of certain lily species begin in late spring, while others bloom in late summer or early autumn. They have contractile roots which pull the plant down to the correct depth, therefore it is better to plant them too shallowly than too deep. A soil pH of around 6.5 is generally safe. The soil should be well drained, and plants must be kept watered during the growing season. Some plants have strong wiry stems, but those with heavy flower heads may need staking. Awards: below is a list of lily species and cultivars that have gained the Royal Horticultural Society's Award of Garden Merit. Classification of garden forms: numerous forms, mostly hybrids, are grown for the garden. They vary according to the species and interspecific hybrids that they derived from, and are classified in the following broad groups. Asiatic hybrids are derived from hybrids between species in Lilium section Cynometagon. These are plants with medium-sized, upright or outward-facing flowers, mostly unscented. They are derived from Central and East Asian species and interspecific hybrids, including L. a. amabile, L. a. bulbifram, L. a. callosum, L. a. sinum, L. a. concola, L. a. doricum, L. a. davidii, L. a. hollandicum, L. a. lancifolium, L. a. lancungens, L. a. leachlinia, L. a. maculatum, L. a. pumilum, L. a. scottii, L. a. woodernii and L. a. wilsonii. Dwarf varieties are much shorter, c 36 to 61 cm in height, and were designed for containers. They often bear the cultivar name tiny, such as the Lily Lux series, for example. Tiny Petit, Tiny Dessert. Martagon hybrids. These are based on LAA, A. dalansonii, LA hansonii, LA martagon, LA medioloids and LA tsinghorns. The flowers are nodding, Turk's cap style. Candidum hybrids. This includes mostly European species, L.A. candidum, L.A. chalcedonicum, L.A. kesselringinum, L.A. monodelphum, L.A. pomponium, L.A. pinaicum and L.A. testaceum. American hybrids. These are mostly taller growing forms, originally derived from L.A. bilanderi, L.A. bourbon cur, L.A. canadense, L.A. columbinum, L.A. grari, L.A. humboldtia, L.A. kellianum, L.A. kellogga, L.A. maritimum, L.A. michigshiri, L.A. michiganense, L.A. occidentale, L.A. pardabolshire, L.A. pardalinum, L.A. parrot, L.A. parvum, L.A. philadelphicum, L.A. peatkinense, L.A. superbum, L.A. ilmeri, L.A. washingtonianum and L.A. wigginser. Many are clump-forming perennials with rhizomatous rootstocks. Lwaniflorum hybrids. These are cultivated forms of this species and its subspecies. They are most important as plants for cut flowers, and are less often grown in the garden than other hybrids. Trumpet lilies, including Aurelian hybrids. This group includes hybrids of many Asiatic species and their interspecific hybrids, including L.A. Aurelianense, L.A. brownie, L.A. centigale, L.A. henry, L.A. imperial, L.A. acuans, L.A. leucanthum, L. a. regale, L. a. rossthornii, L. a. sargentii, L. a. sulphureum and L. a. sulfurgel. The flowers are trumpet-shaped, facing outward or somewhat downward, and tend to be strongly fragrant, often especially night fragrant. Oriental hybrids. These are based on hybrids within Lilium's section Archilerion, I1 quartus specifically L. a. auratum and L. a. speciosum, together with crossbreeds from several species native to Japan, including L. a. nobilissimum, L. a. rubellum, L. a. alexandri, and L. a. japonicum. They are fragrant, and the flowers tend to be outward-facing. Plants tend to be tall, and the flowers may be quite large. The whole group are sometimes referred to as stargazers, because many of them appear to look upwards. Other hybrids. Includes all other garden hybrids. Species. All natural species and naturally occurring forms are included in this group. The flowers can be classified by flower aspect and form. Flower aspect. An up-facing, B out-facing, C down-facing. Flower form. A trumpet-shaped, B bowl-shaped, C flat, D tepal strongly recurved. Many newer commercial varieties are developed by using new technologies such as ovary culture and embryo rescue. Pests and diseases. Aphids may infest plants. Leather jackets feed on the roots. Larvae of the scarlet lily beetle can cause serious damage to the stems and leaves. The scarlet beetle lays its eggs and completes its life cycle only on true lilies. Oriental, rubrum, tiger and trumpet lilies as well as oriental trumpets and Turk's cap lilies and native North American lily species are all vulnerable, but the beetle prefers some types. The beetle could also be having an effect on native Canada species and some rare and endangered species found in northeastern North America. Daylilies are excluded from this category. Plants can suffer from damage caused by mice, deer and squirrels. Slugs, snails and millipedes attack seedlings, leaves and flowers. Brown spots on damp leaves may signal botrytis. Various fungal and viral diseases can cause mottling of leaves and stunting of growth. Propagation and growth. Lilies can be propagated in several ways. By division of the bulbs, by growing on bulbils which are adventitious bulbs formed on the stem, by scaling, for which whole scales are detached from the bulb and planted to form a new bulb, by seed. There are many seed germination patterns, which can be complex, by micropropagation techniques. Commercial quantities of lilies are often propagated in vitro and then planted out to grow into plants large enough to sell. According to a study done by Anna Pobukaya Jadwiga, the use of fluorimidol foliar spray helps aid in the limitation of stem elongation in oriental lilies. Toxicity. Some Lilium species are toxic to cats. This is known to be so especially for L1iflorum, though other Lilium and the unrelated Hemerocaulis can also cause the same symptoms. The true mechanism of toxicity is undetermined, but it involves damage to the renal tubular epithelium, which can cause acute renal failure. Veterinary help should be sought, as a matter of urgency, for any cat that is suspected of eating any part of a lily, including licking pollen that may have brushed onto its coat. Culinary and herb uses. China, Lilium bulbs are starchy and edible as root vegetables, although bulbs of some species may be very bitter. The non-bitter bulbs of L. lancifolium, L. pumilum, and especially L. brownii and Lilium davidii unicolor are grown on a large scale in China as a luxury or health food, and are most often sold in dry form for herb. The fresh form often appears with other vegetables. The dried bulbs are commonly used in the south to flavor soup. Lily flowers are also said to be efficacious in pulmonary affections, and to have tonic properties. Lily flowers and bulbs are eaten especially in the summer, for their perceived ability to reduce internal heat. They may be reconstituted and stir-fried, grated and used to thicken soup, or processed to extract starch. Their texture and taste draw comparisons with the potato, although the individual bulb scales are much smaller. There are also species which are meant to be suitable for culinary and/or herb uses. There are 5 traditional lily species whose bulbs are certified and classified as vegetable and non-staple foodstuffs on the National Geographical Indication Product List of China. Culinary use. EC unregistered trademark 3/4 A Lilium brownie, C unregistered trademark 3/4 AI 1/4 AC section I 1/4 per mil Lilium brownie var virigilum, E delta to the first Lilium concola, BC unregistered trademark 3/4 A Lilium doricum, AC unregistered trademark 3/4 A Lilium davidii, LOI, C unregistered trademark 3/4 A Lilium disticum, AA to the first Lilium lancifolium, E degree Celsius C unregistered trademark 3/4 AI 1/4 AC section I 1/4 per mil Lilium martagan var. P lazarosculum, a plus or minus A to the first Lilium pumilum, AC unregistered trademark 3/4 A Lilium rosthornii, EC unregistered trademark 3/4 AI 1/4 AC section I 1/4 per mil Lilium speciosum var gloriosoides. Herbaceous, EC unregistered trademark 3/4 A Lilium brownie, C unregistered trademark 3/4 AI 1/4 AC section I 1/4 per mil Lilium brownie var virigilum, E delta to the first Lilium concola, BC unregistered trademark 3/4 A Lilium doricum, AA to the first Lilium lancifolium, a plus or minus A to the first Lilium pumilum, AC unregistered trademark 3/4 A Lilium rosthornii, EC unregistered trademark 3/4 AI 1/4 AC section I 1/4 per mil Lilium speciosum var gloriosoides, Riesch. Plus or minus C unregistered trademark 3/4 A Lilium sulphureum. And there are researches about the selection of new varieties of edible lilies from the horticultural cultivars, such as Batistero and California among 15 lilies in Beijing, and Prato and small foreigners among 13 lilies in Ningbo. Japan, culinary use. Yuri ni is also common in Japanese cuisine, especially as an ingredient of chawanmushi. The major Lilium species cultivated as vegetable are L. leachlinia var maxima witchsa, L. lancifolium, and L. auratum, herbaceous, Lilium lancifolium, Lilium brownie var virigilum, Lilium brownie var colchesteri, Lilium pumilum, Taiwan, culinary use. The parts of Lilium species which are officially listed as food material are the flower and bulbs of Lilium lancifolium thunb, Lilium brownie var virigilum baker, Lilium pumilum DC. Lilium candidum luriro. Most edible lily bulbs which can be purchased in a market are mostly imported from mainland China and Japan. There are already commercially available organic growing and normal growing edible lily bulbs. The varieties are selected by the Taiwanese Department of Agriculture from the Asiatic lily cultivars that are imported from the Netherlands. The seedling bulbs must be imported from the Netherlands every year. Herbaceous, Lilium lancifolium thunb, Lilium brownie var virigilum baker, Lilium pumilum DC. South Korea, the Lilium species which are officially listed as herbs are I1/2 I degree EE Lilium lancifolium Thunberg. E degree plus or minus I copyright Lilium brownie var viridulum baker. I degree IEE Lilium pumilum DC. The lily flower buds known as JNZHAN in Chinese cuisine are actually from the daylily Hemerocaulis fulva. Gallery. See also, lily seed germination types, Orient pit, fleur de lis, notes. External links, the plant list, online lily register, over 9,400 entries Lilium, Deflorum, Lilium species, North American Lily Society, Royal Horticultural Society Lily Group, 1-2-3 time-lapse videos, the genus Lilium, Lilium at the Encyclopedia of Life, Lily perennialization, Flower Bulb Research Program, Department of Horticulture, Cornell University, crossing polygon of the genus Lilium. Bulb flower production Lilies, International Flower Bulb Center, Lily Picture Book, International Flower Bulb Center Flora, Flora Europaea, Lilium, Flora of China, Lilium, Flora of Nepal, Lilium species list, Flora of North America, Lilium.